I think we can ever remember this. The coronavirus has the presidents of universities all across the land facing some really tough decisions to make.
The Towson University has already canceled classes for the rest of the week, and other universities in Maryland are preparing to switch to remote classrooms after spring break if needed.
All right, WMAR 2 News' Eddie Kadam is sitting in on this conference call that happened this afternoon between the University of Maryland leaders and health experts. A lot to look into here, right here. Eddie, tell us.
This call is about making preparations for the possibility, what they're calling the likely possibility, that classes in Maryland will soon be going to remote instead of in-class format. What that means is after spring break, when students come back, they want to make it clear that the campuses will still be open at this point, but students won't be going inside classrooms. Teachers will not be going inside classrooms, so they're making all the preparations so that the teachers can teach from their homes and the students can learn from their apartments or their classrooms as well. Spring break, that starts next week, so after Friday these students are on spring break and it'll end March 22nd for at least 2 weeks. That's the plan right now. 2 weeks. Students and staff should be prepared to take and instruct classes remotely. The presidents of the universities it's at their discretion to make their own plans as well, but the board that was just holding that meeting that just went into private session is saying that they are recommending that all of the universities under their purview go into that policy where the students will be learning remotely from their computers using different apps and things like that to get these classes done. They are also discussing what services they can offer to students who have to stay on campus during and after spring break, how to handle students that are studying abroad. They said about 800 students currently are overseas or are returning from overseas at this point, and especially the students that are in countries without a CEC issued health notice, and the faculty and staff under that as well. One of the big topics as well as to how to handle large campus gatherings. We've already seen some sporting events get canceled, graduations, other athletic events, concerts on campus. So they're discussing right now how they can do that. The board voted to go into a closed session just a few minutes ago, so we weren't allowed to be a part of that, but they are consulting with lawyers for advice on legal issues that can come up with the coronavirus, whether it be students or families that want to find out how their tuition is going to be considered if they're not going to be able to be on campus, those types of questions. We're going to follow up with those questions when they come out of this closed session here tonight, seeing how this massive effect on these schools, possibly students not being able to go to class for weeks because of the coronavirus at this point and the scare that it's causing across the state. So we're going to ask those questions to the board spokesperson once they're out of this closed session. But for now, live in downtown Baltimore, Eddie Kadam, WMAR 2 News.